I thought at first that this video was going to be about down airs that can survive after what looks like a foolish runoff and suiciding to your doom below. But then I started putting more work and effort into Bayonetta, so now this is a Bayonetta down air meta improvement video, I guess. But it's also a shout out to any Bayo enthusiasts out there that think they can beat the challenge in this video. Anyways, intro's over. Let's get started. If anyone's new-ish to Smash Bros. And don't know all the details, I recommend you stick around for the education. If you think you know everything, then go ahead and skip to the timestamp seen on screen to try attempting the challenge. Still here? Alright. So, down airs that function like hers are what we call stall then fall. You're suspended in the air going either nowhere, slightly upward, or go high in the air for the startup and eventually start to fall. You're locked into this move falling and eventually acting after ending lag, which varies on the character. In her case, Bayonetta undergoes 52 total frames, which is almost an entire second. While you're falling, you have some control of drifting almost near the end of the fall, so you can slightly drift left or right. This is actually very good to know for the challenge. Once the 52 total frames finish, she can act with anything, but it's preferred that you either double jump, up special, or even side special. Yes, believe it or not, side special is actually viable as an option here, and then you just do your best to recover back to the ledge you started from. For the challenge, it's key that you have great runoff down air execution. That way, it helps you avoid wasting any precious airtime frames. You also want to know what the blast zone data is for the stage you're playing. The numbers we need are the stage's bottom blast zone and the bottom camera bound. As meh as it sounds, knowing the bottom camera's bound isn't unnecessary. The camera view can help with completing the challenge on different stages. But if you know the character well enough, then you can deal with concentrating on the little magnifying glass below when passing the camera's bound. Finally, it's important to know that down air's falling brick physics carry over into the next input, but this isn't always the case if moves reset momentum to revert the fall effect. I mentioned before that it's preferred to double jump, witch twist, or even afterburner kick. However, depending on the stage for this challenge, you won't be able to just choose any of the three. This tier list on the screen now shows how easy and hard recovering back will be depending on the stage. As you try this on harder stages, options become more limited and thus much more linear. Even so, it is actually possible to recover back on all of these stages. Though, one last hint and tip that will make the challenge much easier is understanding Bayonetta's recovery pattern. Normally, if you recover like most standard characters, you double jump and then up special. Some newer characters can up special first and then double jump after, but Bayonetta is unique. If you were to recover like a standard character, her full recovery potential would be gutted and thus fail the challenge. She has access to 2 witch twists and a double jump, so it's advised to up special first, then double jump, and then up special again. But even with this advanced recovery ability, you won't be able to complete the harder stages, which is why I have to highlight witch twist's ability of replenishing Bayonetta's double jump. To do this, you input witch twist very early during the double jump's ascent, which is within a 4-frame window. Once double jump is frame 1, you have from frames 2 to 5 to input a witch twist so that she gets additional double jumps. The max cap for all this is 2 witch twists and 3 double jumps. And that concludes my educational tutoring. It's up to you on how you wish to recover and mix it up for different results. But let's recap. You can drift left or right nearing the end of down air's descent. Double jump, witch twist, or afterburner kick are your go-tos. However, harder stages limit your options. The success of the runoff execution makes your challenge start more consistent. Bayonetta cannot run off down air on every legal stage, sadly. Down air's brick physics are not kind. Witch Twist and Afterburner Kick to an extent get gutted because of this. Bayonetta is not a standard character to recover with. And finally, Witch Twist's replenishment mechanic is advised for the harder stages if you want to beat the challenge. Now, let's go over the challenge itself. Alright, to do this challenge, 1. Start teetering at the ledge. 2. Run off down air. 3. Survive the dooming descent. And 4. Recover back to the stage or grab the ledge you started running off from. The challenge doesn't require recovering to the other side of the ledge because some stages with walls or anything underneath them will block you from recovering under the stage. Some legal-ish stages have a wall, so I wouldn't judge that. But if you can do it, pat yourself on the back. You did good. Now, to make it fun, I'll go over some bonuses that reward your challenge's clip if done correctly. First, you have 2 options of how you start the runoff. You can either run off ledge with a minimum of 2 frames to be airborne, or you can do the bonus start, which gets you more points. It's what I call a initial dashing down air. To do this, you must dash forward 1 frame and input down air with a 1 frame link. That's right, you dash holding forward and literally input down air on frame 2 of her initial dash. If you hold the forwarding dash and do this down air correctly, Bayonetta dashes toward ledge with butterflies and dashing smoke appearing before the runoff down air. The second bonus is by starting out the survival with Afterburner Kick instead of double jump or Witch Twist. If you can survive starting with ABK's input and still complete the challenge, then you get more bonus points. However, using ABK for walled stages such as Fountain of Dreams, Pokemon Stadium 1, or Unova Pokemon League will deduct points, even though doing ABK and Wall Cling or Bounce Away looks so stylish. The third bonus is if you can complete the challenge without the need of replenishing double jumps. So if you use the technique, don't be ashamed, but just know you won't get those brownies, okay? And then a final little bonus is if you land on stage rather than grabbing the ledge. And I guess an extra bonus is if you recover under stage to grab the ledge on the other side. Get back with me on this video when you complete every stage for the challenge. So, how'd it go? Whoa, really? Yo, good job! Proud of you, you did all that. Oh, come on. Hey, you know, it's okay. You'll get it. Keep at it. But really, even if you didn't do it on the hardest difficulty, at least you tried. In case you didn't get it and wanted a reference, I'll show me doing it in various ways on all of the stages. So, sit tight. Now, we're probably thinking this video's done. You thought. So is this challenge worth anything? Well, funny you should ask. The meta of Bayonetta's down air. Okay, so she has a sweet spot located at her foot/heel, and this sweet spot is a meteor smash that can kill at early percents. Doing this correctly could mean you get an early gimp, but you'd risk trading and losing a stock, right? Well, not if you do this challenge enough and can recover back. Remember, in a real match, it is what it is, and participation brownie points aren't gonna make the victory sweeter if you don't win. I myself could go for some cosmic brownies right about now. Here's an issue though. What if she hits them while recovering back? Well, lots of things could matter. I'm not a Bayonetta player, so maybe your first ABK hits them, and you link the second ABK to hit them again to save them, or gimp them down somewhere the line with like a neutral A back here. Maybe this, maybe that. But the true answer is, don't hit them. Okay. As cheeky as that sounds, it's actually possible to do this. If you followed my educational lecture and didn't skip it, you would have learned or known that Bayonetta can drift left or right during the end of down air's descent. You apply it here in this clip by drifting toward the blast zone and kin, but input ABK away from them and towards stage. Then apply whatever recovery pattern you want to get to ledge. In this scenario, I believe I drift backward from kin during the down air, or forward, I don't remember, but then ABK in the other direction to recover towards the lip of FD. This avoids hitting kin and allows me to use a replenishing witch twist since it'll extend and improve the vertical height. Double jump and then witch twist again, followed with the directional air dodge, and congrats! She just recovered like she were any of these characters. But, you know, extra steps. But yeah, I hope you learned something. And if you didn't, at least you got to watch and try the challenge for fun. And if you didn't do that either, well then, thanks for watching, still. And, no matter what, keep it on. At best. Cheers.